here is too clean, I can't breathe. And I've reached high, touching the sky. Blood moon drips on my filthy skin, washing away my sins. This is my heavy metal meditation. Strings, whispers of conspiracy against me, rattling inside my head. In my thin blood, I can feel the bugs. Shit, maybe it's the fucking drugs. The air here is too clean, I can't breathe. And I've reached high, touching the sky. Blood moon drips on my filthy skin, washing away my sins. This is my heavy metal meditation. My teeth, and the devil danced beneath my feet, and the devil danced beneath my feet. The air here is too clean, I can't breathe. And I've reached high, touching the sky. Blood moon drips on my filthy skin, wash away my sins. This is my heavy metal meditation. Heavy metal meditation.
Well, it's Sunday, folks. You know what that means. It's time for another exciting, exhilarating, motherfucking episode of Gravel Road Therapy with Dog Bite Harris. I'll be your host today. Well, I'm Dog Bite Harris. What's up, you fucking fuckers? Excuse my mid video camera adjustment there. Looked a little wonky, so I moved it. But anyways, you guys just witnessed our artist of the week, Miss Samm Bones. She's a Portland gal. Portland, Oregon, that is. St. John's area. I got a funny story about the St. John's area. I'll tell you later. Anyways. But yeah, badass chick. She's got some good music out there. She's got a new book out too. It's not real new, but fairly new. And she also does some natural healing stuff, some natural elixirs, shit like that. I'll put the links up in the comments or the description of this video, so you guys can check it out. As you can see, I'm asshole deep in snow again. We got some fucking snow this week. It's fucking March, and we got a bunch of snow out. And it's fucking bright as shit. I don't know where my sunglasses are, so this sucks ass, actually. But yeah, so this weather, it sucks. It's March. It's fucking too cold for March. It's like 9 degrees. It's like a foot, 2 feet of snow. Luckily, the roads are clear now, so I kind of like that. I like when the roads are clear and it's all snowy, because you can drive places, but everything looks really white and cool. Well, yeah, you know. We don't got a lot of fucking news this week. All the orders went out this week. We're caught up on orders, so all label stuff's out and gone. All the Cheating Hearts back orders are gone. So if you're waiting on an order, they should be with you at any time now. Ruckus and Tacoma's coming up in a couple weeks. It's gonna be a good time. We are going to have a couple vendors this year. Mickey Bat. I can't remember what the last part of it is. But Dan Infecto has a little clothing company called Mickey Bat. It's like a play on Mickey Mouse, but Mickey Bat. So he makes some cool shirts. He's responsible for the famous Dennis Hopper blue velvet shirt. The tribute shirt. He's also famous for the trucker hat that I used to wear. It's got the cool picture. It looks like something out of the 80s. It's got the pictures. It looks like a vacation hat. It's like by a lake and everything, and it just says someplace else. But yeah, he does all the merch for Ruckus. He does all the merch for me. And does all the merch for Bob Wayne as well. So he'll be vending. Body Scare will be there. If you guys wonder how KFF keeps his beard so luscious, it's with Body Scare products. Body Scare beard oil. They also do soaps. They do all kinds of shit. So Patrick from Splatterhouse Records and his awesome wife Tabitha is with Body Scare. And they'll be at our show vending. So that's cool. And for those of you that don't know and are just catching up, we've got Dylan Walsh as our headliner out of Dublin, Ireland. He's done some work with a member of the Pogues. Done some work with Flogging Molly. Done a lot of work with a lot of folks. So it's also off the Muddy Roots record label most recently, I think. So pretty excited to have him. Nick from Tales from Ghost Town be coming up from Montana. Honeycut will be there. Myself, Raw Dogs, Stoned Evergreen Travelers, Bloodfire Rainwater, Nicole Pike, and Krista Blackburn. and Billy Hood. Billy Hood will be there as well. So, fixing to be a good show. Super excited. Friday, Saturday, March 22nd, 23rd at the Plaid Pig in Tacoma. $7 at the door per night. So, but yeah. Let's see what else we got going on. So I figured I'd do a quick, little bit of some movie reviews here. So I watched like 3 movies that I've really been wanting to watch lately. And, they're actually like 3 movies that kind of go along with a lot of things that I'm really passionate about. One of the movies is based around music, of course. The other one is based around wrestling. And then one is based around, the culture of the mid-90s, which is what I grew up in, and I actually love that culture. So it's called Mid-90s, but it's done by Jonah Hill, was one of the producers or writers on it. I can't remember which, but Jonah Hill had a hand in it. But so we'll start off with A Star Is Born. We watched A Star Is Born the other night, and I thought it was fucking awesome. I see a few people dogging on it, whatever, people making fun of Lady Gaga and shit, but I think she fucking tore it up. And personally, I think that her without all the shit on her face and the fucked up haircuts, and all the bullshit, just her naturally how she's supposed to look, she's fucking gorgeous. So I thought that was cool. And she also showed a little bit more of her talent, I think, as far as singing goes. A lot of those songs were cut down to bare essential of bands, not a lot of bells and whistles in it, just a lot of instruments and a lot of singing, and I thought she did really good with it. And honestly, the whole, the song that got real big off that, I don't think is even the best song on there. There's another song that's really, really good. Bradley Cooper does a really good job of singing and a really good job at acting. He plays a drug addict fucking good. And it's a fucking sad ass movie, man. So, I haven't had a movie, honestly, I haven't had a movie really affect me that much for a while. It was pretty intense. It was good. The only thing that I thought was kind of bullshit in it is that Bradley Cooper's character, I'm like, he's playing music that's like almost classic rock, and he's playing a fairly famous musician. I'm like, where the fuck does this music exist in this day and age? I don't see it anywhere. I see pop country, I see fucking shitty Nickelback bands, and I see, I can't even describe it. I mean, the kind of music that he's playing, I'm like, how is this famous? His age doesn't add up with how famous or with the kind of music he's famous for doing, I guess. Because, Bradley Cooper was probably, if he was in a band that made it big, Bradley Cooper at his age, it probably would have been in the 90s. So it would have been like Pearl Jam or something like that. And there is nothing like that around even then. There's nothing like what he's playing, it's real classic rocky. So I'm wondering where the fuck this famous musician came from, because people don't like that kind of music anymore. But yeah, anyways, and Lady Gaga does good, man. Yeah, I mean, they can't really say much else. Oh yeah, and fucking Andrew Dice Clay's in it. And Sam Elliott. This is good. It took me a while. I had to be like, who is that fucking Andrew Dice Clay? I said it a million fucking times. Finally, it drove me nuts. I had to look it up. Yeah. Andrew Dice Clay. Way to fucking go. Way to get a bit of a movie role, man. Hopefully he's getting paid for that shit. Fuck all these VH1 reality TV shows. Okay. So and then last night we took the kids to watch Wrestling with My Family, which is a wrestling movie about a wrestler named Paige. She's the youngest WWE Divas champion, women's champion. Did a lot of amazing things in her career. This was a WWE studio movie, and Paige's life has been nothing short of controversial since she's been in the WWE, so I understand why they would want to leave a few things out, like mainly her doing porn or this and that, you know. But they left out a lot of key things. Which is weird to me, like if you're creating this movie that's based on stuff that you invested money in, why fabricate good things? Like, there's no copyright anything to worry about. You know, the whole thing was weird to me. So, like, they just, like, I'm just trying to explain it without having to go too far into shit. So WWE's got like 3 different brands. They've got the SmackDown brand, Raw brand, and the NXT brand. And NXT brand is kind of like college for wrestling, like, college football. It's got the NCAA. But it's kind of where the youngsters go and train, and they have a show, so they get actual hands-on access to learning the business. And Paige was there, and she did great things there, which was a huge part of her career. And they kind of went into it, but they didn't go into the fact that she was like the first women's champion for NXT. They didn't go into any of that shit at all. And then they completely changed. The ending of the movie is when she became the youngest women's champion. And then they just made it look like it was just, I don't know, maybe there was a time thing. I don't know. It also reminded me of a fucking Disney Channel movie from when I was a kid that had more cussing in it, I guess. But it wasn't a bad flick. I encourage any of you guys to look into Paige's career if you watch it. I doubt most of you folks will. That was mainly for my wrestling fans that watch this, all 2 of them. And the next movie is a movie called Mid-90s. It's based out of my generation, a lot of skating, stuff like that. A lot of Jinko wearing motherfuckers. I was never one of those kids, but I knew a lot of kids that were skater kids, It's also kind of from like the Jackass generation, which is kind of how Jackass started. They're just a bunch of skateboarders that did stupid shit. But it was pretty good, man. They did a really good job at making it seem 90s-ish. Like, even the camera work is what really impressed me on that. They did really good with trying to think. They must have used cameras from the actual mid-90s, because it looks like a movie that would have came out in the mid-90s. It's kind of like a mix between the movie Kids and not Alpha Dogs, but Lords of Dogtown. So I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Kids. It's pretty fucked up. I'll tell you, mid-90s doesn't even hold a candle to Kids. It's like a PG movie compared to Kids. Kids is fucked up. It's about all these kids that like 14, 15 years old, and they fucking go out and party and do a bunch of drugs and shit, and they all screw each other and end up giving each other AIDS. It's fucked up. Fucked up. But anyways, yeah, so there's some movie reviews for you. I don't have a lot this week. We do got a little bit of Joking with Justin coming up right next. He tried a little something new this week. So here you go, Joking with Justin. Justin's joking with Justin. Coming up next on Gravel Road Therapy.
Well, down in the hen house on my knees, thought I heard a chicken sneeze. It is only a rooster saying his prayers, thanking the Lord for them hens upstairs. Howdy, folks. Welcome to another exciting edition of Joking with Justin. You're a handsome and talented host, old Justin Chambers. That's me. I got a couple jokes for you here. Well, here's a good one. This one that happened the other day. This happened the other day in a little town where I live out here, in a little town of Mount Orb, Ohio. Anyway, there's an old boy. He lived around here for years, and anyway, this feller, he lived in a round house. That's right. His house wasn't square. By God, it was round. Well, anyhow, living in a round house like that, you know, there ain't no corners. Well, the poor feller up and went crazy on account of he couldn't find a corner to piss in. Let me tell you something else that happened in Mount Orb. Mount Orb's a funny little place. There's an old boy at the gas pump at the local filling station. And for those of y'all who ain't familiar with the term filling station's what us hillbillies call a gas station. It makes perfect sense, right? You fill up your car with the gas there, but instead most folks call them, sophisticated people call them gas stations or convenience stores. Well, I call them filling stations. That's what we call them out here where I'm from. But anyhow, this old boy was standing there, and he's standing by this gas pump, and he's a-pumping his gas, you know, like you do at a gas pump. Well, anyhow, he is standing there, don't you know, and what he's doing, he decided he'd fire him up a cigarette while he's a-pumping gas. Well, this old boy, of course, you know, you can't be firing up the smoke at the gas pumps. But anyhow, this old boy's damned old arm caught on fire. That's right. Well, the filling station attendant, he called up the police, you know, and the police, they come on out there, and they charged this poor feller with a ticket. You know what they charged him with? Carrying a firearm in public. It wasn't registered either, as another charge. Well, down in the wildwood, sitting on a log, finger on the trigger, man, eye on the hog. Well, I pulled my trigger and that gun said go, and the shot fell over in Mexico,
All right, folks, I'm back. That was a little bit of Joking with Justin. Justin's joking with the old Justin Chamber, not to be confused with the young Justin Chamber. The old Justin Chambers. Good fucking kid. Like that kid. I encourage you to watch his fucking live feeds on Facebook. Follow him on there. Follow him on YouTube. He's got some shows coming up soon. We're going to get him on Double Talking here real quick so I can talk about that. Let's see, man. So, I know that I joke around, I mean, a lot, you know. So actually, this isn't really a therapy session, obviously. But, some of you might know that, I work in mental health outside of music and all the other bullshit that I do that doesn't make me any money. That's how I make money. That's through working in mental health. I'm a caretaker for mentally ill people. And this week, I actually became a certified, qualified mental health associate, which means the state of Oregon has been pretty lax about who they let take these jobs. Most of the time it requires associate's degree, even a bachelor's degree in some cases, of things that you know, that's kind of what it takes to be qualified to do some of the shit that I do. Do a lot of government documentation, which honestly isn't that hard. I'm not trying to say that what I do is a hard job, but up until now, you've been able to just apply for the job, get it, and then you work, and that's that, you know. They give you tests and trainings and shit like that, but now in order to be a QMHA, you're going to have a lot of those out of the way first. Along with, I can't remember how it's going to work, but the reason I got this certification is because I've got like fucking 10,000 hours of fucking work under my belt and a lot of trainings. So I'm lucky enough to be certified for being a qualified mental health associate, which is really cool. So that's kind of how this whole thing started. Is I work with a lot of mentally ill people, and I'm probably mentally ill. I don't feel right most of the time, you know, and I know a lot of my friends don't either. So I kind of developed this as a way for myself to vent, and also a way for me to remind myself that I'm doing positive things, so I can tell you guys what's going on with Ruckus and all of that, and vent about things that I'm passionate about, whether it's politics, which I'm not super passionate about, but I do have my opinions, as most of you know. Try to stay away from it, but some days, you know, I'm just fucking, if you hit me in the right mood and I hit that camera, I go off. And I don't necessarily like to do it, but sometimes I do. And sometimes that's what makes me feel good. It's better to do that on a video than it is to have it out with a friend on Facebook and say things that you don't mean and, you know, block somebody and whatever, which has happened lately. It's been rough. The world's rough. But yeah, so that's kind of how it started. Gravel road therapy started with that, and my own little outlet to get away from things and to let things out into the world. Like I said, to get rid of the negative inside of me and enhance the positive things that I'm doing, to remind myself that. And encourage a lot of you guys to do the same thing. It's hard to put your ass out there sometimes. It's hard to talk about how you feel sometimes. And that comes to your physical health and mental health as well, you know. It's really hard to talk about fucking showing any kind of weakness. We live in a society that doesn't like weak people. Or vulnerable people, where they take advantage of vulnerable people, so you don't want people to know that you're vulnerable. But I think we all are, in a way. in some way, whether we want to admit it or not. You're probably a better person if you do, admit that you are not perfect and you have your flaws. But yeah, so that's a cool thing that happened in my life. Also, like a lot of you guys know, I actually started doing these videos about a year ago. I quit my old job. And that's kind of when it started, I think. And like getting serious about it. And I just couldn't fucking take punching the clock anymore, which I still do, I guess. But, I do it just as much as I did, but just a little bit of a change helps you maybe not feel so stuck, just knowing that you've got that option. One of the things that worried me when I did quit, though, is I'd worked at the company that I work for doing what I do as a qualified mental health associate. I was doing that, and actually they call it a different thing there. They call it a residential associate there. But when I up and quit and walked out after 5 years, I was scared. It wasn't smart of me to do that. It was a mistake. And I still feel, part of me still feels bad for it. That company was good to me. A lot of that stuff was internal shit. I was just tired of being there. A lot of things had changed within the company and I didn't really like them. So I walked. I didn't fucking give any notice. I got pissed off and I left in the fucking middle of my shift, and it was fucking stupid. So, the thing that I was worried about with that is going to apply for other jobs. I was worried that would affect it, and it fucking almost did, which pissed me off in a way because I was told it wouldn't, but it almost did. And with this certification's cool because it makes people like me who just have experience or actually have credentials through the state of Oregon now. And no company can take that away from you. The state of Oregon says I'm qualified, and unless I do something to affect a resident or do something shady, everything else is irrelevant, really. They'll probably look at it, I'm sure. They'll look at the job history and be like, oh, wow, this guy walked out. I'm sure it won't look good, but at least I have a certificate saying that I'm qualified to do the job. Because a lot of times what will happen is, human resources in places will tell you, they can't really talk a lot about what happened. So they'll just be like, nope, he quit. And then they can tell you things, or they can answer certain questions like, would you hire him again? And, if they say no, that looks shitty, So if you're applying to work at another facility, they're wondering if you got, left on shady terms. And if you did leave on shady terms, you probably get your fucking certificate fucking jacked from you from the state of Oregon. So at least it'll say that, hey, this guy's shit was personal. Had nothing to do with what he did or how he acted with the residents. So that's good. It's cool. It's a good feeling to kind of have that, even though some days I don't know if I even want to use it anymore, but it's not a bad job. It's really rewarding. But just like anything, I'm just tired of it. And if you want me to be honest, some days I'm tired of Ruckus, Tired of a lot of shit, not just punching that clock. I'm really stagnant in life, So, but things seem to go up and down. That's how it is. Let's see. I'm going to watch Ring of Honor Wrestling in Portland in June. My lovely other half, Clarissa Arnold, got a second row tickets. We're going to watch that. I'm pretty stoked about that. As most of you know, I'm a huge wrestling fan, and couldn't be more excited. It's going to be good to get the fuck out of here. Do something. The tour with Stoned Evergreen Travelers is coming along good. Hold on one second. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring it home right now. Getting close to coming up on a half hour. I'm sure we're past with, Artist of the Week and Jokin with Justin shit. So, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and bring it home. Almost done anyways. So just tell you about what we got going on in the Ruckus camp. Stoned Evergreen Travelers Dog Bite Harris Tour out to Moonrunners in late April, early May. It's coming along really good. We've almost got all of our dates booked. Be on the lookout for those. I'm still trying to book Mr. Cole Hinkle some shows up here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm going to try a little harder this week to get those done because the clock's ticking and I'm fucking running low on time. Like I said, the Cheating Hearts album's out. Go pick one up now. Just go to the store, help us out. I already ran through the Ruckus and Tacoma information. I'll do it again, I guess, though. Friday, Saturday, March 22nd, 23rd at the Plaid Pig in Tacoma, Washington, $7 a night. That's per night, not $7 for the whole weekend, but $7 per night, just in case you want to go to one or the other. We've got a couple vendors now. Mickey Bat Productions. I don't know what I call it productions, but something. Apparel. I can't remember what it is. It's on the tip of my tongue. But Dan Infecto's clothing line. Great. It's got a lot of cool shit in it. Body Scare. Fucking great. Like beard oils and bath stuff. If you're wondering how Pappy Feth from Stoned Evergreen Travelers keeps that beard so silky and smooth and nice, it's because Body Scare. He's endorsed by Body Scare. It's good stuff. I don't know. I'm thinking about shaving my beard. Should I shave it? Should I let it go? Maybe I'll do a poll on it. But yeah, if I don't, I'll tell you what, I'm going to be definitely getting some Body Scare soon to try to get this shit in check. What else do we got? Still working on the comp, trying to come up with ideas on that. A lot of shit going on. Working on getting some shirts done. Hoodies should be done soonish. I'm just drowning. I'm fucking drowning in shit. But chiseling away. But anyways, I think that's it for this week, man. Hope you guys have an excellent fucking week. Hit me up with any ideas that you might have for the show, any topics you want me to cover, any products you might want me to try. If you want me to, I'll do a whole cooking show. If you make spices or, you want to send some food my way, I'll do a whole fucking cooking show for you guys. A little something special. I'm all about it. I want to try some products and, sponsorship. We're always looking for that. Let's see. That's about it, folks. And remember, like I said, hope you guys have a great week. Try to stay positive in this bullshit world. And remember, I'm not a therapist. I just play one on YouTube. I'll see you motherfuckers next week.